Okay then, let's get started here just in a minute. I'm just going to make sure that everything is at least semi-functional here. Seems like Sage fell asleep watching his shitty-ass television show. I don't even know what it was called, One Tree Republic or something, I'm not really sure. What's this cat doing up here? Dear God in heaven. These little fuckers come out of nowhere. Alright, well, really we don't have anything to go over other than tomorrow's matchups in baseball. So we'll save football predictions for tomorrow night. But tonight we'll do a bit of a preview now that we know what the pitching matchups are. So, first and foremost, I'll try to do a bit of a deep dive, but it's not going to be much of a deep dive. I don't really give a shit one way or the other. But it is personal for me a little bit because Matthew Boyd never panned as a J. I mean, I'm sure he was used the Josh Donaldson trade or whatever. That's great. But you get the Cubs going tomorrow against the Milwaukee Brewers at 2:08 Eastern Standard Time. Matthew Boyd with a fluke 3.21 ERA this year, going up against right-handed pitcher Freddie Peralta. So I just want to take a quick look at the splits here for how Milwaukee did against left-handed pitchers. See if there's potentially a bit of a mismatch here. It doesn't look like they did very good against left-handed pitchers. I can't even go all... So StatMuse is being a fucking asshole. Where the fuck is the Brewers? I can't even... Okay, the Brewers are 11th. Okay, no need to freak out. Alright, so the Brewers at a 734 OPS against lefties. What did they do against righties this year for the Brewers? 737, so they're pretty split. What's wrong, Sage? Why are you saying what the fuck? Why are you saying, oh dear God, Steven, what the fuck? Did something happen? Should I be panicking? Should I be freaking out? You kind of scare me a little bit here, man. You're making me push the panic button in Yahoo. I just did tell you, Sage. I said, I quote, I said, on in 2 to 3 minutes. Gotta piss. I did tell you I pissed. I proceeded to put the thing on, and that whole process with the 2-minute warning probably took 4 minutes. So don't tell me what I didn't do that I did do to you, okay? It's not 10 minutes. If I say 2 to 3 minutes, it's 2 to 3. If I say a few, that could be a few minutes, a few hours, a few days. You gotta get your shit together here. You gotta get your shit together. Anyways, you didn't miss much. We're breaking down the Milwaukee Brewers against the Cubs tomorrow. You got Freddie Peralta up against Matthew Boyd, who had a fluke year this season. Not a great pitcher in his career, if you ask me. And a flop as a Blue Jay. But he did help us land, I think, it was either Josh Donaldson or Marcus Semien. I don't know which trade with Oakland he was in because we've had so many of them. So don't ask me what trade he was in. Let me just find out, though. Let's do a little Google search. A little AI overview up in here. Who did Blue Jays trade? I think it's Donaldson, Matthew Boyd for. Why is AI Overview saying that we traded... Oh, never mind. I was wrong. It wasn't an Oakland trade. We traded Matthew Boyd, Daniel Norris, and Jairo Labor to the Detroit Tigers in exchange for David Price. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Wow. Where's Daniel Norris? Do you want to know where Daniel Norris is right now? He's still living in a van down by the river. That little fucker lived in a van down by a river. We'll give Chris Farley a little shout out there. But yeah, it was actually for David Price. What an idiot. Fucking idiot. Yeah, oh, I'm going to live in my fucking, my mini home thing or whatever. My Meals on Wheels fucking truck. Yeah, good move, idiot. Good move. All right. Anyways, let's get back to the game. We've talked a bit of smack here. All right, so interesting. So we got Freddie Peralta up tomorrow, 2.7 ERA. I kind of just want to get a feel for how the Cubs were this year. So they were 751 against left-handers and 750 against righties. So pretty good offense for them. I really have to say, I think Milwaukee's winning tomorrow. So my first official prediction is Milwaukee for Game 1 to beat Matthew Boyd and the Chicago Cubs. So you know what? I'm going to guarantee it. Guaranteed victory for Milwaukee tomorrow. That's how confident I feel. Freddie Peralta's a stud. Matthew Boyd is fake. I could see him getting lit up tomorrow. Now we're going to get to the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees tomorrow. So let's get the pictures up here. We've got Luis Gil and Kevin Gausman. One thing I want to check for Kevin Gausman is how he did in the second half of the season. So I just want to go to Baseball Reference for that. You know, I'll go to Baseball Reference for both, so I show that I'm being impartial here. Luis Gil, baseball. Okay. So let's go over, where the fuck is the splits button? Let's go splits 2025. That's all we really care about. We're not looking at a 3-year split or anything like that. Okay, 2025. Okay, so how was it for pre and post All-Star? They really make you fucking have to scroll to get these stats. Yeah, I love that. And I still can't find the fucking thing. Like, why the fuck do they make it so hard? Like, there's no reason for it to be this hard to find All-Star splits. I guess I'll type in star. It's fucking bullshit. I'd apologize for the delay, but it's not my fault, so I'm not going to apologize. Oh, they don't do post and pre. I should have to go to ESPN, I guess, next time. I just want to see how Gausman was down the stretch, though. That's all I really care about. I mean, I'm not looking for OPS, man. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see the OPS. I'm just looking for normal fucking stats. Yep, I gotta go to ESPN because Baseball Reference can't do this properly. Like, what a fucking joke, honestly. Watch how quickly it'll be on fucking ESPN. Oh, wow. Is it that easy on fucking ESPN? I see everything? Okay. Got it by months. They actually show the ERA, which is nice. So yeah, this is what I was trying to say about Gausman down the stretch. In July, a 2.51 ERA. August, a 3.55 ERA. And in September, a 2.78 ERA. So he had a good year regardless. But if you kind of look at like June, a 5.46. April, a 4.82. It's kind of what he did early in the season. Kind of made his stats not like ace worthy. So I do feel pretty good about that. Luis Gil is not gonna. This year his strikeout numbers are just way lower than what he's done in his career. So I'm not necessarily sure he's got the swing and miss that Gausman's gonna have. Now, and I also think, so the Yankees did lead baseball for both OPS against lefties and righties. I think a lot of that's their ballpark, to be honest with you. I'm sure they did damage outside of it. The only guy that really scares me is Aaron Judge on their team. They've got guys like Rice and Bellinger and Stanton, yeah, you know, they scare me a little bit too, but you can kind of pitch them a certain way to get out of the trouble, at least with Stanton at the very least. And then they got some guys that are kind of plotters. But I think playing at the Rogers Center, they're not going to have that offensive advantage so much. I mean, the Jays weren't really that far off of what they were. Overall, I don't think. Anyway, maybe they were. Jays were 4th for OPS against left, and they were 6th against right. So the real big difference between the Jays and the Yankees is the power. So I think that the Yankees hit 274, the Jays hit 191. To me, that's a huge advantage for the Yankees because you're not going to be able to just put a bunch of hits together, get on base a bunch. You need to hit home runs. So that's where the Jays are at a huge disadvantage. In terms of predictions, it's really tough to say. I like the pitching matchup. See, we're not going up against one of their best pitchers, so we're not going up against Max Fried or that guy, fucking Rodon. We're not going up against Cam Schittler. We are going up against their 4-starter, and Kevin Gossman is supposed to be our 1 or 2. I think it's going to be hard, but I'm changing my opinion. I think the Blue Jays have the pitching matchup. I think the Yankees are going to be a little bit prone to making some errors as well. I think there's certain guys in their bullpen that we can get at, just like there is on our team. I don't know. I'm going to say first and foremost, I don't know. But I like the pitching matchup for the Jays, so hopefully the Jays will pull it off. We kind of already went into this one at a bit of a deeper dive yesterday. Sanchez up against Ohtani. I'm going to say Philly. I don't want to say Philly, but I kind of feel Philly just because I don't think Ohtani's going to log that many innings. Like, how many innings are they really going to let Ohtani go? If they let Ohtani go 5 or 6, that's great. But if he only goes 3 or 4, I mean, you still get to see that shitty-ass bullpen. The last matchup, so we'll say Phillies for now. Maybe I'll change my mind after. Just like I might change my mind on the Yankees-Jays. We'll see. Now, this is one that I'm not really sure at all. Because George Kirby, usually a stud, had a bit of a down year this year in terms of his ERA. But I do want to check George Kirby for just how his splits went down the stretch a little bit there. Okay. Well, that's not a big sample for May, so I don't think you can count May. I mean, George Kirby was pretty good. 3.18, 307, 352, then a 5.4. So it's not like he's, like, heating up. I know he's got good stuff. But he ended with a 4.21 ERA this year, and we got this Melton guy here. I do need to find out a bit about him because I don't watch a lot of Detroit baseball. Sorry, don't care. This guy didn't pitch a whole lot. A young guy. That probably means he's got pretty damn good stuff. Okay. Like, I don't understand why. I just want to see his fucking regular season stats. I don't care if he's got 108 ERA in the playoffs right now. I just want to see his fucking stats in the regular season. Regular season, thank you. Okay, in the regular season, he only had 45 innings. Looks like he came out of the bullpen. He was at 16 games pitched, 4 games started, 2.76 ERA. I have no idea. I'm just going to see how these teams hit. So Mariners were 9th. for OPS against righties, and they were 12th against lefties. Tigers were second against lefties, and bit of a discrepancy here. 21st. 21st OPS against righties. That's a pretty huge discrepancy from what they do. I don't want to take 4 home teams because I don't think it's really going to happen. I'm just kind of interested, though, to see like the Dodgers and the Phillies offense a little bit here. So Dodgers 3rd OPS for lefties. 3rd for righties. Phillies 5th or 6th against lefties. And 4th against righties. So that's as even as it's going to get there. The Jays and Yankees are pretty even, although the Yankees do have a bit of a advantage there. We've got an advantage with average, but power is a big thing in the playoffs. Let me just see the OPS against some of these other teams here. I got way too many fucking tabs open right now. Okay. So Cubs and Milwaukee. I don't think I really did that. So Cubs are 5th best against left. The Brewers are 11th. Cubs are 8th against right. Brewers are 11th. Fuck. Pretty evenly matched. Okay. Let me just check one more thing out here. So the Mariners are 9th against right. Okay. 12th there. The Mariners' offense doesn't seem that great. And we already went over Detroit. They mash lefties, but they don't mash righties. Well, there's more righties in the league, so it does kind of make me feel like the Mariners will win the series. I have no idea who's going to win the game. This Melton guy, I don't think there's enough of a sample size at all. Pitching matchup, I really don't know who it favors. I'm sure the bullpen favors Seattle. I don't want to go 4 home teams. I gotta go Brewers. I'm gonna say I hope the Jays win. I'm not confident that they will, but the pitching matchup favors the Jays. The Dodgers game is interesting. The Dodgers game really comes down to, like, for me, like, how far is Ohtani going to go into the game? If Ohtani's going to go 6 innings, the Dodgers will win. If he's not, they'll lose because their bullpen sucks. So I think it's going to be a close game. I'm changing my mind. I said Phillies win. I'm going Dodgers. In the last game, Tigers, well, they're up against the righty, so I'm going to say that Seattle's going to win that game. So those are my predictions for tomorrow. And as you can see, I have no confidence in my predictions whatsoever. So in terms of series, I'd have to look at the pitching a bit more. I just go game by game and see what the pitching matchups are and kind of do it that way. I think it's a better way to do it, honestly. It looks like Boone had fired back at Jays broadcaster Buck Martinez, saying he's wrong, because earlier in the year Buck Martinez said the Yankees weren't that good of a team. Now what they were basically critiquing was kind of the Yankees defense and stuff. The Yankees do not have a great defense. Oh, it looks like Arthur Jones, former defensive lineman for the Baltimore Ravens, has died. 39 years old. That's John Jones's brother. Former 5th round pick. Huh. He was a solid player. He wasn't great, but he was solid. I just wasn't expecting to see that. I was just checking the ESPN feed before we go. Looks like Lamar Jackson won't be playing this week. Tomorrow's going to be a funner stream, I'll be honest, because we got all the football to go over. And I will take a quick look at it tonight, so I'm a little bit more prepared than I have been. Although I've been doing all right with my picks. All right. It's time to close up shop. I'm heading on out. Have a good night, everyone. And go Jays go.